tells you who you came here to be.
That doesn't necessarily equate to want.
But at the same time, just take
That action to be the thing. I've made it the point that I've seen it before. We're going to experience it again. So,
you know, it's almost like somebody's going to turn your state around. So, like, yes, and are they, does your friend do all these things and see also good at human design of living a full life is, especially if you're a manifesting generator, that life force energy feels like it now and work. Whereas we like to see, like I was saying to our mutual friend, like this guy does, like he's outside of life, but doesn't feel like there's and out through your nose. Fingertips further away.
Morning guys, it is currently, okay, my phone's a bit too far, but it's currently, I think it's 9:30 or going to 10, and it is Tuesday morning. It's a gloomy morning today, like, ooh, winter is creeping, it's creeping in by the day. I always start off my morning with taking my vitamins and supplements or whatever, so currently I'm taking 2 things for hormone health, Ham Nutrition and Kiko Vitals, and then I'm also just taking a zinc supplement for my immune system, just to make sure that I'm good and functioning. I like to get the majority of my nutrients and vitamins from the food that I eat, but yes, I haven't really been able to prioritize my nutrition, or rather, I wouldn't say haven't been able to, but I just haven't prioritized it as well as I have in past months. So yeah, I'm just kind of doing a little bit of damage control. When I was coming up with the idea for this video, you know, I thought of so many different like titles and how I want to shoot it and all of this stuff, but honestly, the content that I love watching and the content that I create that you guys seem to really enjoy is just very real-time, authentic, in the moment, like not scripted and stuff. And like my previous videos used to be very like, ooh, this is the title and this is how it has to go and this is what I'm going to talk about and this is what I'm going to shoot at this scene, and maybe like to your eye it just seems like this effortless video, but there was so much planning, and I don't know, I'm just kind of really over that. So, and it really does also tie into this video, which is all about hustle culture, and yeah, me just finally letting go of that and learning that that's not the best way that I thrive and work, and yeah, it's just not good for my mental health. Charlton's watching a movie upstairs now, and like in previous years, whenever I'd make a video for YouTube, like the house had to be so silent, like no one could be talking, no one can cough, no one can, you know, and I'm just like, honestly, like that's not real life. Like people watch videos. I don't know how loud this is gonna be, but he's watching a pretty loud show right now. And anyways, I'm rambling a little bit, but I thought maybe I should also just put a little definition of what hustle culture is, like here. There's so many different definitions and all of that, but this is just one that I found that I've put here for you guys, just so that you kind of even know what I'm talking about. You know, a lot of us don't realize actually that we are stuck in hustle culture. I didn't realize until I think towards the end of last year. I was like, oh my goodness, like this is why I'm always burnt out, why I'm always tired, and yeah, it just wasn't fun. But anyways, I've become awakened, enlightened, raised my consciousness. Like I don't need to work myself to the bone in order to be successful, and I've actually found that, you know, I have been the most successful during this period of, I would say, about 6 to 8 months of just slowing down, really becoming more in tune with my body. I've been more successful than I have been in previous years, just in how things have flown to me. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff, but I'm just so much happier. And so I just thought I'll just share a little bit with you guys about hustle culture, how I've been able to leave it, and kind of just how I'm still able to be productive, successful, even though I'm not on like go mode all the time, and really just not looking after my mental health or my physical health, or just my holistic health actually.
Hi, we are hiking.
We found a really nice trail, and Shelton and I are hiking today, or this morning, and it's really beautiful, and there's just so much to be grateful for. It's very peaceful.
Although there might be some wildlife here, guys.
Yeah,
I'm
we
not
have
very
seen
sure.
some animals that we don't know what they are, but just kind of just embracing that.
Here's a map.
Okay, let's see. That is just so tranquil and serene. These are pimple patches, in case you guys are wondering what is on my face.
Yeah, we've been having some crazy breakouts. I have like a soldier here, but it's like hidden by the cap.
Lift your cap
Can't
up a
really see
little.
it. It's fine. No,
Over
we've been
there.
through all this.
Oh,
It's
lift
better
up
that,
your cap.
better that you guys don't see it. Actually,
Okay.
yeah, no one saw anything.
Yeah.
It never happened.
Just finding some nice time for peace and quiet. And we're always looking around because it's like, who's here?
Voices just now, so
I also did. Yeah, it's so nice and so peaceful. And I don't know when it was, but I was saying that I really want to try and go into nature at least once a week. I'd love to go into nature more, but it is a bit of like, we had to drive out here, which isn't too bad, but it's like you'd either want to come in the morning or late afternoon, and both of those times have traffic, so it does take a bit of time to get here, but it's really worth it. Like, it's so nice. I think this will be like our new weekly thing. Sometimes I sit and really just think about how hard it is to be a female. Like, I'm so emotional right now because I'm so tired. And I've been wanting to film this video for maybe like 3 weeks. And there's just never been the right time. And I really wanted to film today. But you know, I'm just so tired, so I said to myself, okay, well, it's fine, like, you'll just, you know, shoot when you're feeling more energetic. And then I was like, you know, the whole point of this video is me literally escaping, leaving, exiting hustle culture. And so this is part of it, like filming a video like this where my energy levels are so down and not either pushing through it or you know, not film. Like, usually I wouldn't film on a day like today because I'm so tired. Usually I would be like, no, let me just wait till my energy levels are better so that I can show up in that way, and that would cause so many of my ideas to never see the light of day. Oh, my ears are itchy. Because I would just be like, well, I need to show up perfectly. But this is literally me. I'm in bed, and I sat and asked myself, like, why am I so tired? And then it all just clicked that my period will be starting in the next 5 to 7 days, and I just get so exhausted. I get so tired. My PMS fatigue it's so unreal. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm exhausted, you guys, and there's so many videos that I have filmed in this state where I've been tired and been like, no, like I can't put that out, you know, because I'm not showing up with all this energy, and you know, but like honestly, I'm so tired of that. And that's what this video is all about. This video is about the end of hustle culture, the end of me feeling like I need to show up perfectly, or like I need to overwork myself in order to achieve my goals or to live a beautiful life. There's no need for me to do that anymore, and I've been stuck in that for, I would say, maybe 9 years or so of hustling, grinding, you know, working myself to the bone, to the point where I'm so exhausted and I burn out, and then I just wake up and do it all over again. Like when you break it down like that, it's so ridiculous, and it's such an unsustainable way of living. And I must say that I think this whole shift happened for me when I got COVID last year. If you've had COVID, you know, I was so sick. I had no energy. I couldn't show up, so I had to listen to my body. I had to rest. And it's interesting because I do feel that I was also suffering from burnout at the same time that I got COVID. And I put a lot of things into perspective, and I realized that I don't actually want to be in this hustle culture, going all the time, sacrificing my self-care, sacrificing my mental health in order to get ahead in life. I don't want to do that anymore. And so it's been almost a year. In 2 months it will be a year since I stopped chasing, and I just embraced my being. And there's just so many amazing things that have actually happened, and so many realizations. For example, I feel more successful now than I have been in years in terms of my growth holistically, so internally as a human, but also growth in my brand and in my business. I've seen exponential growth in me just letting it be, and of course doing the work, but not working myself to the bone, to the point where I'm just so exhausted and depleted and I have nothing to give. I also am earning more money through me just being and doing less and being more. I went on a recent trip to Cape Town, and honestly my takeaway was that I want to be more and do less. And yeah, I feel like that's what I've been doing for the last while. Like there's a lot of things, you guys, there's a lot of things. I'm not really one to talk about money, for example, but I've made more money than I have when I was chasing, and it's also just come to me so effortlessly. And in me just showing up as myself, my authentic self, and being kind and doing a lot of inner healing work, things are just gravitating towards me. And I know it may seem weird what I'm saying, it may seem far-fetched and difficult to understand. It's one of those things that if you know, you know. If you've experienced this or are experiencing this, then you understand. But this is just where I'm at, and I've been wanting to make a real video talking about hustle culture, talking about how toxic it is, and how as people we are not supposed to be living like this. We are supposed to be in tune with our bodies, we're supposed to be in tune with nature, but in this day and age we've just become so lost in things that don't matter. And don't get me wrong, like, I do have goals and I do want things like financial freedom, and I want to succeed, I want to achieve my goals, I want to do well. But I've also realized that actually none of it really matters, because we're all going to die. And before you like click out or think this is morbid, it's not. It's actually just the truth. Like, when I started thinking that way, like, you know, we're all going to die, I started asking myself hard questions like, well, okay, that's fair. So what am I doing? What is my purpose? What is the point of my existence? And I touched a little bit on this on my TikTok and my Instagram, but there's only so much like short form videos can do. So yeah, I'm so emotional today, you guys. Like, with my period around the corner, it opens up so much, and so many random things. I start feeling sad about the weirdest things, and like, in me feeling emotional right now, I'm not sad or down. I'm a bit of an emotional wreck. And I think if I'm to sit and pinpoint right now why I feel so emotional, it's because I decided to show up for myself in this moment where I didn't want to, and where, you know, I kind of fell back in the hustle culture mindset of, you know, you can't show up in this way, or this is not relatable, or, you know, this isn't really like a goal orientated way of working. Yeah, so I'm proud of myself in this moment because I decided to show up as my authentic self and embrace how I'm feeling right now, and not be shy about that, and be real and open and share that with you guys. We're really meant to explore this life in this world and live out our greatest desires and touch people along the way and connect with people and be happy while doing it. We're not supposed to feel stressed all the time. Our bodies are not supposed to feel stressed all the time. So in this video, I'll chat a lot more about that and my thoughts on living in constant survival mode, because that's the state of being I was in, constantly just trying to survive. But I'm happy to say that that part of me is gone. I do not recognize her at all, and I'm just embracing this new way of living. And I'm proud of myself for showing up. Like, in this moment, I'm like, oh my god, like, did I really just show up like this, you know, laying in bed, so exhausted? Like, I could literally fall asleep right now. Like, I'm so tired. I've had no motivation. I have a couple of things I need to get done, and I can't do it. I'm so exhausted. And part of slow living and being in this moment, like in the now, oh my god, it just started raining. You guys. Anyways. Part of that is embracing like moments like these. Like, that's how you know you are making progress, is when you're presented with the opportunity to apply everything you've learned, or everything you keep reading about or teaching yourself or experiencing. It's these moments that matter, you know. Anyways, love you guys. I'm gonna go nap now. the longest nap. It's not even a nap, like that was a proper, let me put you guys on here. I think I slept for 3 or 4 hours, and wow, I really needed that. Like I was just so tired because I woke up at like a decent time and did a yoga flow, cleaned the house, and then also like ticked off some of the things I needed to do for my business, which is the Rose Health Method. And yeah, then I actually just got so tired and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna have a little nap. I've been doing this thing where I don't set my alarm anymore and I just kind of let my body naturally wake up, and that's been, yeah, it's been hard to kind of let go of that control, because I used to be like, no, I need to be awake at 5 or at 4 or at 6 or 7 or a specific time, whereas now I'm just kind of letting my body naturally wake up, unless I actually do have somewhere I need to be, like an appointment at a set time, then of course. So that's what happened with the nap, and I was just like, oh, I'm not gonna set an alarm, I'm just gonna let my body rest, and I actually feel so much better. It's like 3 hours later, and 3.5 actually, slept at 2 and woke up at like 5:30. Anyway, so now I'm just like kind of trying to reintegrate and like give my bearings and stuff. But I wanted to show you guys these 2 books that I'm reading. The first one is this one. This is The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday, and it's really amazing. It's basically got 366 meditations on wisdom, perseverance, and the art of living. So I'm currently in March, and each month has a topic. So for the month of March, everything is to do with awareness. It basically just talks about having a plan in life, and so I'm not going to read the whole thing, but a little part here, it says, it's the chaos that ensues from not having a plan, not because plans are perfect, but because people without plans, like a line of infantry men without a strong leader, are much more likely to get overwhelmed and fall apart. So I love that so much, because I do love having a bit of a plan, just a sense of direction with what I'm doing. But also I recently learned that in human design, my human design is a manifesting generator, and that means that I get inspired by a lot of different things, and I do a lot of different projects at different times, and it just all made so much sense as to how and why I've done so many different things in my life. And so I like this, what it's saying about having a plan. I think it's important just to have a general sense of direction, but in me being a manifesting generator, I don't want to be too, I do still want to allow that spontaneity and creativity to just kind of flow through me, and I also feel like I'm in my best when I work in that way. So yeah, I think also what I'm learning with certain books, like especially like self-help books and spiritual books, is that we don't have to now, I don't have to now live by what the Daily Stoic is saying. I don't have to live by what the Daily Stoic says, like, oh, this is how I live my life, but there's bits and pieces that I can take from everything that I read and come across. The next book I'm reading is this one by Joe Dispenza, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, How to Lose Your Mind and Create a New One. And oh my gosh, this book has been so life-changing. It took me a while to get into it because the beginning is very scientific and there's just a lot of definitions and terminology, and it was a lot. It took me back to like biology in high school, and it was a lot, but it was very necessary. And once you get past that, it's so nice because it just sets the tone and lays that foundation just right so that the rest of the book makes sense. And I have about, so I've read that much and I have about this much left, so I'm almost there, and I'm just like, oh, I've already started putting into practice a lot of what he's spoken about. And I mean, I won't give too much of the book away. I think it's one of those where you really need to go and read it, but it really involves how It involves how to unlearn everything that we've learned about who we are and ourselves in order to create a new life, to create a new brain and create a new reality, and it is just so interesting. So yeah, very excited to finish this one. Right now I'm in the section now that talks mostly about meditation. So the whole book leads up to this meditative process that Dr. Joe Dispenza lives by, and has also helped to heal other people's lives with or through, whatever. Just spoke up, I'm sorry. But yes, that's the part that I'm at now, the meditative process. And yeah, just so excited to get into it and to finish this book, and also to get onto one of his other books. I'm not sure which one I'll read next, but yeah, I'm just so fascinated by this world, so I'm feeling good. I am so troubled.